You're at a shop to buy 100 chocolates and each costs $20. How much would you pay? We all know the answer is $2,000. But what if instead of saying each costs $20, I say every 9 chocolates cost $180? Now how would you tell the total cost? Obviously, first you would divide 180 with 9 and then find the cost of each chocolate and multiply the answer with 100. But what if I say there's a total simple way to do this? Hello everyone, welcome to another video by Knowledgeification. Today we will be covering the topic direct and inverse proportions. So let's jump right into the video. Let's start off by discussing what direct proportion is. So let's take the same example we took previously. So one chocolate equals $20 and 100 chocolates cost $2,000. So if we say about direct proportion, this example is in direct proportion because when the number of chocolates increase, there is also an increase in the number of money you spend. So that's how you can differentiate. So that's how you could say direct proportion. So basically, with every increasing chocolate, the amount also increases by $20. So when both the quantities increase, it's direct proportion. Let's do a sample problem of solving a question of direct proportion. So this is the question. If a parking lot charges $10 every 3 hours of parking, how much would it charge for 7 hours? So I'll just change this a bit to just make it simple. So let's say 5 hours, no, 2 hours of parking. How much would it charge for 7 hours? Now we need to find. So according to the basic method, what we will do is we would find the amount of time it would take, so like number of dollars per every 1 hour. So that would be, so wait, so 2 hours would be $10. Then 1 hour would be how much? So we would just, obviously we would divide 10 by 2, which would be $5. So now we know how much it costs for every hour. Now all we should do is multiply 5 with 7. And so 5 into 7 equals $35. That's $35 per hour, per every 7 hours. So now we have found the answer. Now instead of doing this long method, we could do a much simpler method of cancellation. I'll show you how soon. So what you should do is first you should create a small table-like structure. So let's make 2 columns. One is for the amount of money, and another one for time. Now we have 2 columns. So amount of money. So amount of money would be $10. We'll put dollars in the brackets and hours in here. So $10 is the amount for every 2 hours, and now we need to find how much would it take for 7 hours. So it's very simple. Let's take this value over here would be x. Now it's not very complicated, so let's do a cross multiplication. When you're in direct proportion and you're doing such a problem and you make this column, all you have to do is cross multiplication. The amount of money is 10 and you multiply this with 7, and the x over here you will multiply it with 2. So when you do this, it would be something, so you just take, so that would be, that would be x equals 10 into 7 divided by 2. So basically whatever you're multiplying with the variable over here would be the denominator after the equal to sign, and you're multiplying these two after the equal to. So it's before this it was initially 2x equals 10 into 7. By transposition this would come over here and it would become by 2. So we just did it directly instead of doing all this. So yeah, now all we have to do is just solve this. So let's just do that. So that will be 2, 5, and 5 into 7, x equals $35. Very simple problem, just only takes minutes if you try and solve it by yourself. I'll give you a different question and I want you to solve it by yourself. Let's look at the question. Okay, so here's your question. A factory produces 77,000 bottles every week. How many bottles can it produce in 32 days? So this is your question and I'm giving you 15 seconds time. If you want more time, please pause the video. The timer is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, time's up. So let's see if we can solve it. So basically, what you should do, 77,000 bottles a week, and a week has 7 days. How many bottles can be made in 32 days? So let's make a column, bottles, and another one would be the days. So 77,000 bottles and 7 days, x number of bottles in 32 days. So what you have to do is to cross multiply, as I've told you, and just a second. So now what you should do is to solve the problem. So x would be, since x is being multiplied with 7 would be the denominator after the equal to sign. So 77,000 into 32 divided by 7. 7 times 11,000 would be 77,000. So 11,000 into 32. So we would normally have 3 zeros here, and 11 into 32 would be 352. 352 bottles every 32 days. That's your answer. Comment down below if you have got the correct answer. Let's move on to inverse proportions. Okay, so now imagine there in let's say in an army place. So there are 100 people in the army, and there's a food provision for 20 days. And in the army, 25 people add up, so there are extra 25 people. And how long would the food provisions last? So that's your question, and need your answer. So basically, how would you do it? It's simple. You would first divide 100 into 20 and then divide the answer with 125, and then you'd get your answer. Yes, that's also a way, but here I'll give you another easy and simple way to do this problem. So let's look at the question. Just a second, I'll give you the question. So in simple terms, this is your question. So a simple thing to do is, so the most common way to solve this problem is to do this. 100 into 20 would be 200. Oh wait, 2000, sorry. And then you would divide this by 125, and this would be 16. So it would be 16 days. So over here you had to do a lot of this thing, so a lot of calculation, cancellation and all. So I'll give you a simple method. It's very easy. So what you do over here, 100 people 20 days. 125 people, how many days? So if you make it in the table format I told you, people, days, 100 over here, 20 over here, 125 x. So previously we used to do something like 100 with x and 125 with 20, so we'd cross multiplication. This time we're gonna do it different. Instead of cross multiplying, we would multiply sideways. 100 into 20 and 125 multiplied with x. So when you do this, you'd get 100 multiplied by 20 whole divided by 125. So 25 fours 100, 25 fives 125, 5 fours 20, and 4 into 4, which is 16 days. There, very simple. It's almost like really same to what we have just did before, except it's more used. And this is how I always solve my problems, and it just takes me very less time. Now I'm gonna give you a sample problem for you to do all by yourself. So I'll give you again 15 seconds to do this, or actually 10, because it's actually way more easier. So I'll give you the problem. Just wait. Okay, so here's your question, and I'm giving you exactly 15 seconds to do this problem. If you have already completed it, feel free to skip the video anytime, and the timer will start soon in 3, 2, 1, go. If you have already solved it, please skip the video. Okay, time's up. So 10 workers can build a wall in 48 hours, and if 2 workers fall sick and don't come, how much time can the rest of the workers build the wall? So how long would it take, basically? So let's do this. So 10 workers can build a wall. So workers and hours, which is the time. So 10 workers, 48 hours. 2 workers fall sick, so we have to do 10 minus 2, which is 8. And hours would be x, because we have to find that. So as we all know, we have to multiply the number which is next to it. So that would be 10 into 48 divided by 8. So 8 and 8 get cancelled, and you get 6 as the answer, and 6 into 10 would be 60. That's it for today, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and also comment down below what should be my next video, and also comment how helpful my methods have been. See you next time. Bye.